Next stop on the Advocare Truck Series brings us to California Speedway and Auto Club Raceway, I should say, Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. As we are here for the first leg of the triple header for Advocare Trucks, Mellow Yellow Cup, and Castrol Mellow Yellow Series and Castrol GTX Cup, I should say. Excuse me. Here at this racetrack. But today it's the trucks take center stage here for the running of the Auto Club 200 as we're set for racing here today on this 2-mile D-shaped track. And let's get this running for today's running of this event. On the pole at 186 miles per hour, it is Kyle Lynch. He's on the pole for today's event. Number 75 Spears Manufacturing Chevrolet. Beside him will be William Brott, truck number 25, the Budweiser Chevrolet. Two of the veterans have the second row, and both of them are in Fords. Levi McIntyre, number 99, the Excite Bears SKF Ford. He'll be alongside Jessica Shelton, number 4, the Team ASC certified Ford. Then it's Michael Turner inside of the third row, and the number 60 Cat Rental Store Chevrolet, and the Papa John Chevrolet number 16 flanks him on the outside. It's Charles Sanford. He's on the outside of the racetrack. He's on the outside of the row. Next row down has Dylan Young, number 1, the Sears Die Hard Chevrolet. He has on the inside of the fourth row. Then J.T. Bryant's alongside him, the Ortho Lawn and Garden Ford, number 21. Row number 5 has Joshua Collard, number 43, the Dodge Dealers Dodge. Beside him will be the Royal Crown Cola Dodge, number 86. It's Alex Gray on the outside. Row 6, Matt Haas, the MB&A Chevrolet, number 20, has the inside. Beside him on the outside will be the winner at Rockingham. It's the second place runner at Rockingham, J.R. Tellier, number 94, Super 8 Motels Ford. Then it's inside of the seventh row has Cole Deaver, the number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Beside him will be the number 14 Milwaukee Ford. It's Andrew Davis on the outside. Next row down has number 83. It's Jesse Turner. He's in the Chevrolet. Beside him will be the number 87 Belson Mobility Chevrolet. It is Dougie Shears on the outside. Then it's number 8 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. It is Ryan George on the inside of the next row down. Beside him, carrying the Miller Light colors carrying the Miller High Life colors carrying the Miller Genuine Draft colors once again, it's Johnny Gardner, number 22. He dominated the race at Martinsville. Next row down has Chelsea Bowles, number 29 Team Mopar Dodge. Beside her will be the number 44 Federated Auto Parts Ford. It's Quentin Moore on the outside. Next row down has Seth Cole for NRSL Motorsports in the AC Delco Chevrolet, number 52. Beside him will be the number 59 Kingsford Charcoal Dodge. It's Zachary Fitzwater on the outside. Next row down, Joshua Sakulia, number 7 Excite Bears Ford. He won the race, I think, at Texas this season. Beside him will be the number 23 Toyota of Benjamin Miles, the only Toyota in the field. Then it's Zach Flickinger, the winner at Daytona, and the Team ASC certified Ford, number 2. Beside him will be the number 15 Linex Truck Liners Ford of Joshua Osborne. Next row down has Keith Batson, number 28, the Napa United Ford, and the number 30 Team Mopar Dodge. It's Nathan Hudson. He's on the outside. Next row down has Phil Parker, the Channel Lock Pliers Ford, number 38. Beside him will be the Total Ford Chevrolet, number 6. It's Jordan Anderson on the outside. Next row down has the Zaxby's Ford, number 09. It's John Arndt. Beside him will be the Quaker State Chevrolet, number 24. It's Cab Shearer. Next row down has Kat Tellier, the number 50 Granger Ford, a winner at Rockingham. She'll be alongside Jonathan Zorlin, the number 17 GMAC Chevrolet. Next row down has Chris Dodd, the number 18 Pennzoil Chevrolet, and the DuPont Chevrolet, number 5. It flanks him on the outside. It's Kyle Matthews. And last row down will be the number 98 Ray Bestis Ford of Matt McIntyre. And flanking him will be the 06 Ultra Wheel Chevrolet. It's Paul Minnick on the outside. So 3 races this weekend at Auto Club Speedway. And let's get the command of fired engines for the Advocare Truck Series race.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Commands and command of fired engines as we get some racing here today on this 2-mile racetrack. 3 in-truck cameras will be carried here today. One will lie in Charles Samper's truck, the other in Kyle Matthews' truck, and one in the truck, excuse me, of Kev Shearer's truck. So, some radio chatter going on here as they are set. And something is, and I don't know what happened to the rest of the field. One truck couldn't get going. In fact, somebody's down on the apron. It's Ryan George. He's down on the apron of the track. Something the matter with the number 8 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. We'll check more. We'll check back with him in a minute, but Ryan George couldn't get going as the field's about to get set for green flag racing here on this 25-lap event. As the green flag races are underway here at Auto Club Raceway. Just like it was at Daytona, a strange event they're having on the start, though. I don't know what was going on, but nonetheless, number 99, Levi McIntyre, dips down the inside. He'll take the lead right off the bat. Was with here from the third starting position. Dylan Young, who started the race in 5th, goes alongside veterans abound here. Young, McIntyre, and Collard. And within one of the rookies, Cole Deaver. Now he wants to take the lead. Oh my goodness, who's going to lead this first lap of this race? Cole Deaver from almost in the middle of the pack. He's going to take the lead. And he in fact will lead the first lap. And Cole Deaver from the 11th starting position takes the number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet to the lead. But Seth Cole dives inside. But not for long because Joshua Sakuli is now inside. And he'll take the number 1 spot down the backstretch. This looks like Talladega racing here. Let's check back with Ryan George in the number 8 truck. I don't know what happened to his truck, but and apparently Ryan George is a D. They don't even have Ryan George listed at all. In this race, I should say, he might have been did not start. Apparently something went awry on the GM on his GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. So apparently they may have Ryan George listed as a did not start. That is crazy. What happened to him? At any rate, it is Dougie Shears, and look who's look at Dougie Shears has the lead, and look who's coming through the pack. He started his race in 38th position, is already in the 7th spot. Kyle Matthews, number 5, is already up to 7th from the 38th spot. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how quick they shuffle around this track here, guys. On board with Kyle Matthews, number 5. He has one of our cameras here today. He's on the inside, gets around Dougie Shears, now gets inside, tries to go inside of Chelsea Bowles in the 29. Well over 190 miles per hour, and not to be outdone, because here comes McIntyre. He started this race. Actually, I said Kyle Matthews started 38. He actually started this race in 36th. McIntyre started 37th in the field, and he's up to battling for the lead. Darn pace truck. So some of these drivers who started back in the pack is already battling for the number 1 spot here at California. They are really racing here today. McIntyre takes the number 1 spot. Matt McIntyre, that is. There's 2 McIntyres in the field, and neither one's related, but several trucks wall scraping here a little bit. Keith Batson trying to make his way into the number 2 position now as he gets underneath Kyle Matthews. And here comes Charles Sanford, number 16, to the inside lane. And he has another one of our cameras here today as he goes underneath, tries to go underneath Batson. Sanford, you may remember, led some at the race at Martinsville, the last stop on the tour. Remember, the trucks did not run the doubleheader at Talladega, which was a Meliella and Cup doubleheader. The trucks will head to Talladega later on in the season, though, however, in the latter stages of the season. Dougie Shears dives inside. Kyle Matthews not giving up on the outside lane, and they are 4 wide through turns 3 and 4. This track is very, very wide. They can run 4 wide. And if you remember the Castrol Cheetahs Cup Series race last season, they actually went 6 wide in turn number 2 and still kept it together. And how they kept it together those final 10 laps, I have no idea. And here they are, they're 5 wide now! 5 wide in turn number 2 and still keeping it together at the moment. Seth Cole at the 3rd spot. He's behind Jonathan Zorlin, and Keith Batson takes the lead in number 28. Batson has been very displeased with his Castrol Cheetahs Cup Series results this season, though, and he hopes to turn that around this weekend on the Cup side of things, but he's got that Robert Yates Racing Ford in the number to the number 1 spot here. But Seth Cole going inside now of Jonathan Zorlin to the inside lane. Nowhere for Seth to go, but he gets freight trained to the 4th position, and here comes Joshua Osborne to the inside. Osborne to the inside lane. He won the Cup race at Talladega this season. Osborne the 4th, Matthews now at the 5th. And number 5. And look at all those trucks right there. Look at all those trucks strewn all over the place. Dylan Young moving his way through the field as he gets by Jessica Shelton in number 4. Shelton started his race in 4th position. Moving to the here. Now up to the high side, trying to find her way up the field, and she's now caught in a 4 wide situation. Her, Jordan Anderson, Quentin Moore, and Matt Haas in this field, and we got a battle brewing for the number 1 spot. 4 wide for the lead, 5 wide now, and now it's 2 of the veterans, Kyle Matthews versus Seth Cole. And throw JT Bryant in this mix now in the number 21. He's going for the number 1 spot in the Ortho Ford, excuse me. But Keith Batson says, hey, wait a minute, I had the lead and I want it back. And he's now 4 wide for the 3rd spot. Gardner and John Arns in this mix now. Zorlin, Dylan Young's in the mix now in the number 1, excuse me. I'm so used to being him in the number 2. Flickinger's in the number 2 actually in this race, and he's up in his pack as well. And now we got problems! Problems on the backstretch. Jesse Turner, J.R. Tellier has spun. Paul Minnick in a 6, Michael Turner in a 60. And a bad hit for William Brock in number 25. He just slammed into Jesse Turner in number 83. Nathan Hudson's crashed. And caution number 1, flying on lap number 12 of this event. Johnny Gardner wins race back to the start-finish line. They were averaging over 190 miles per hour after 12 laps of this race until all you-know-what broke loose on the backstretch. And I have a feeling it was the 94 J.R. Tellier that might have started this whole thing. I'm actually really not sure, to be honest. We were watching the battle for the lead between J.T. Bryant, Seth Cole, and actually, I stand corrected. I think it was the 83 of Jesse Turner that started the whole thing in the black number 83. Well, one view that's never failed us, and that's our far chase view. See who played the whodunit game on this one. He's on the high side. He was running in 12th position, actually, making a good run here. He was behind Joshua Sakuli. Jordan Anderson's would have hit him and sent him and the J.R. Tellier. Tellier spins as well, along with the Anderson. And then Paul Minnick gets tapped by Michael Turner. It looked like it was just going to be those 4 or 5 trucks. And Turner hits Paul Minnick in a 06 truck, the Ultra Wheel Chevy. Oh, and there's where William Brock, hard hit for the 25. And now Nathan Hudson is going to come in this mix now in the 30 truck. Here he comes. He's off the pace, going about, well, you see the speed right there, 181, 182 miles an hour. He thinks, I'm clear of it, I'm clear of it. I'm not clear of it. And he taps the Jesse Turner's truck into the turn 3 wall he goes, and I don't think I want to be repeating what Nathan Hudson's saying right now, but okay. But a bad crash for the 25 of William Brock. Let's look from his point of view. Well, that was Kev Shear. We'll ride with Kev Shear here in a minute, because Kev Shear actually made a brilliant move to avoid the wreckage, but William Brock's the truck to watch. Now watch William Brock. We're gonna do both. Yeah, there's the replay. There's a slow-mo replay. I mean, hard in the Jesse Turner truck, square on the driver's side door on that 25. Now real time. Try to slam on the brakes, but too little, too late. William Brock just a bad hit for that 25 Budweiser Chevrolet, and it looks like that truck's going to be... Looks like they'll make repairs to that truck and prepare for Richmond. On board Cab Shear's truck, and look how he got through this crash. Whoa! Field goal, 3 points for Cab Shear. Actually, field goals actually do not count for 3 points in stock car racing, but okay. But caution number 1 does fly on the 12th lap of this race, and we should get this race restarted again. In fact, we will get this race restarted this time by trucks out of the race here. Ryan George, because of a did not start. Excuse me. Nathan Hudson's out of the race. Of course, Jesse Turner, Paul Minnick, and no question William Brock's out of the race because of that bad hit. Michael Turner and the 94 of J.R. Tellier is all out of the race as well. So, leading the race right now, we've got 2 Fords up on top with 2 Chevrolets chasing it. Johnny Gardner, the winner at Martinsville, looking for a second in a row. He leads the race. Second is Keith Batson. Third is Seth Cole. Fourth is Dylan Young. John Arndt runs in fifth. Sixth is Zach Flickinger. Seventh is Kyle Matthews. Eighth is J.T. Bryant. Ninth is Zachary Fitzwater. Jonathan Zorland's 10th. 11th is Benjamin Miles. 12th is Joshua Collard. Chelsea Bowles 13th. 14th, Matt Haas. 15th is Andrew Davis. Charles Sanford's dropped to 16th position, and matching his truck number. Joshua Sekuli 17th. 18th is Cole Deaver. 19th is Chris Dodd. And pole sitter Kyle Lynch runs in the 20th position. Joshua Osborne 21st. Jessica Shelton 22nd. 23rd is Levi McIntyre. 24th is Matt McIntyre. And Kat Tellier runs in 25th position. And there's where the rest of the field's running right now. As we get set for green flag racing here, the last truck on the lead lap is Quentin Moore in 31st. The green flag waves, and we are back underway on lap number 17. And look at them fan out. Keith Batson goes to the outside lane. Seth Cole went to the outside, but Batson throws the block on Seth. And now Seth decides to go with Johnny Gardner and decides to give Johnny drafting help, and that just left Keith Batson all alone. And he's now drafting, and he's now getting shuffled to the back until he finds Zach Flickinger in the 2. But John Arndt says, I want to go for the number 1 spot, and he's going to go for it here. And that number is 09 Zaxby Ford. And here comes that 5 truck, Kyle Matthews. Nope, Zachary Fitzwater now decides to get into it. And same with the only Toyota, Benjamin Miles. 8 laps to go, and it's going to be a wild 8 laps here at California. Benjamin Miles takes the number 1 spot in the 23 truck, but not for long, as here comes the number 17 of Jonathan Zorland. Chelsea Bowles up there. She led earlier in the event here. Matt Haas and Andrew Davis now gets into the mix now. And Keith Batson shuffled to the back. I mean, like I said, this looks like Talladega racing here from the Melly Yellow Series and Castro GTX Cup Series doubleheader we had at that track. They were running just about that wild, too. Several trucks getting off the wall here. Joshua Collard goes inside. He'll try to go for the number 1 spot. Matt Haas on the inside lane. There's Collard in 43. And he's got Matt Haas, and he's got Chris Dodd to the inside lane. Joshua Osborne, and don't look now, but here comes that number 4, Jessica Shelton. It's money time. She usually shows up by then. And oh gosh, that would have been the finish of the race. That would have been so close. Haas was credited for that lap here, but now Collard goes to high side. Chris Dodd, Hagley momentarily. Here comes the pole sitter, Kyle Lynch. He takes the number 1 spot. Now he's got Dylan Young, but Dylan Young and Jessica Shelton hook up to the inside lane. Joshua Sicily looked like he was going to go with Shelton, but then he dumps her, and now Keith Batson goes inside. He's had nothing running in the back of the pack, and he wants to go for the number 1 spot again. Can you hold your breath for 5 laps? Well, that's how many are left to go. Dylan Young led the lap, but here comes Shelton, and she'll take the number 1 spot. But, as we've seen in this race, for how long? Shelton to the number 1 spot, but Dylan Young, he says, he finds a screw running in the back. I'm going for the lead again, and he goes inside now, and he'll take the lead from Shelton in the 3rd turn now. But Shelton says, "Nuh-uh, I want to go. I want that lead back," and she's got it, and she's gonna get it, I think, in turn number 1, and she will again. But Keith Batson says, "Screw this! I'm going for the lead too," and he goes inside. And now he and Shelton in a drag race down the backstretch, a pair of Fords side by side. Shelton pulls ahead again, though. I think just like we saw at Talladega, it's going to be who's going to make the right move at the right time on the final lap of the race. And that's what it's going to be down to, as we're now down to 3 laps to go. Dougie Shears to the inside, 3 wide. And here comes Shears in the 87. But John Arndt dives inside in the 09 truck. Keith Batson pulls back ahead for the 2nd position, but Dougie Shears goes to the inside again. Batson throws the block. 2 laps to go at California. Will it be Shelton? Will it be Batson? Will it be Shears? Batson to the inside lane. Battle for the number 1 spot. Shelton goes high. Shears up the middle. Batson to the inside. Batson comes out with a lead. And now it's Shears and Shelton battling for the number 2 spot. Shelton hung up to the high side of the racetrack. It'll be the white flag next time by. John Arndt gets into it. Here comes the 17 and Jonathan Zorlin. He gets into it. Shears to the inside. He takes the lead. White flag waves. 1 more lap to go. Dougie Shears in the lead. Who is it going to be in the Auto Club 200 at California Speedway? John Arndt to the inside lane. He's got Shelton shoving him. Shelton to the high side of the lane. Benjamin Miles may not be out of this race at 23 yet. Here comes Chelsea Bull. She goes inside of Shelton. Now it's John Arndt versus Dougie Shears. Bull dives to the inside lane. Arndt pulls ahead. Here they come up the 4th corner. Bull dives to the inside of John Arndt. Arndt pulls ahead. John Arndt wins at California. John Arndt takes the Zaxby's Ford to victory lane in the Auto Club 200. And to all the times he said he's had bad luck in any NR series he's been in, Well, he is no longer bad luck Arndt today. John Arndt wins at California in a wild finish. Chelsea Bowles comes home second, third to Dougie Shears, fourth to Benjamin Miles, fifth to Jessica Shelton. Dylan Young was sixth, seventh was Matt Haas, eighth was Jonathan Zorlin, ninth was Kat Tellier, and Keith Batson drops down to the 10th position. Averaging 150.23. Your average speed of the race, look at that, 81 thousandths of a second from first to third position. That was almost a three-wide finish right there, but 11th place was Andrew Davis. JT Bryant drops to 12th. 13th was Zachary Fitzwater. Joshua Osborne was 14th. 15th was Seth Cole. Joshua Collard, Charles Sanford, Zach Flickinger, Kyle Lynch, Kyle Matthews was the top 20. Then Cole Deaver comes on in 21st. 22nd was Joshua Sakuli, Jordan Anderson, Phil Parker, Alex Gray, Quentin Moore, Chris Dodd, and Johnny Gardner, the top 28. Then the rest of the finishers in the race, Levi McIntyre, Matt McIntyre, and Cab Shearer was the top 31 in today's event. Trucks out of the races we mentioned to you here, Ryan George was a did not start, and so he gets a 38th place finish. J.R. Tellier, Michael Turner, William Brock, Paul Minnick, Jesse Turner, and Nathan Hudson were the trucks out of the race, all because of crashes. J.R. Tellier had a piston problem, so for all intents and purposes, it's an engine failure on his Ford. So the win today and a tremendous finish goes to John Arndt as he takes home the Auto Club 200 truck race. And he will be trying for another one in the Auto Club 300 for the Mellow Yellow Series race, which will be coming up in the second leg of this triple header. The Cup race, of course, as always, will be on the NRSL Sports and Gaming channel. But if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NRSL channel. That's the channel Dylan Young runs. So anyway, we'll see it. Anyway, the next truck race on the tour will be, I believe, at Richmond International Raceway is where we'll be heading to next. Excuse me. But until then, it's James Qualls, and congratulations once again to John Arndt, and we'll see you next time.